All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Hopefully, you all are doing well. Don't mind me, I look a little rough around the edges. That's what you get from Mercury in retrograde, am I right? Well, it's here, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. That's what I've got, is hold on. I know that the lunar eclipse in Libra definitely started this energy. It was definitely kind of like a balancing of the scales, trying to get things back to where they need to be. And now Mercury in retrograde is here to kind of stir the pot, which is not ideal, but at the same time, it is necessary. Mercury in retrograde, when talking about personal lives, it's about reflection. It's about, purging things that don't really work for you anymore. When it comes to financial things, please be careful on signing legal documents. Read, and reread everything, including the fine print. When it comes to relationships, be careful of those as well. But luckily for you, we're going to take a look at all of that today. We're going to take a look at what's personally going on for you, what's going on with your money, and what's going on with your love life. And then, maybe just a little odd and end at the end to see if there's anything else that needs to come through. So this will be time-stamped, so feel free to jump around as to whichever aspect of your life you feel the need that this is hitting on, because everyone is different. Everyone is different. So let's see where we're going. I am gonna start with love. I am gonna start with relationships. So I'm only gonna pull one of the Threads of Fate Shadow Edition just for each. So we'll start with one and we'll pull tarot to clarify more. So this is for love, for Mercury in retrograde. Mercury in retrograde. What do you have for us in the aspects of love? In the aspects of love. What you got? What you got? We're gonna slide these down. This one. What you got? We've got ancestors. Ooh, that's a tad bit bright. There we go. Ancestors. When it comes to love, I feel as though your ancestors are trying to get your attention. There's something, when I pulled the ancestors, I heard learn from my mistakes. Learn from our mistakes. When it comes to the ancestors, in some religions, and this is not bashing anybody, please don't think that, but this has got the energy of, follow your heart. Do what you feel is necessary. The older generations sometimes had arranged marriages. It was a different time back then. It was a different time back then, and the follow your heart really it rang through. So we'll see what wants to come through with this, but I do feel as though the ancestors are watching. They're definitely watching. So what do we got? Underneath, we have got the Fool, of course, the Chariot, the Five of Wands, yeah, and then we also have the Moon. There may be some conflict here, some emotional conflict. We got the King of Swords, the Tower, and the Nine of Cups, absolutely. The Knight of Pentacles, the Three of Wands is what's guiding you. The Six of Wands is where you were. The Five of Swords is where you're going. The Seven of Swords, the Six of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the outcome is the Ace of Swords. So I do see some stress. I do see Mercury in retrograde's energy definitely coming in. Definitely coming in with this. The King of Swords, the Tower, and the Nine of Cups. This is what Mercury in retrograde is essentially designed to do on a more direct level. Yeah, this is like a straight, like this is what's happening, but this is kind of what you're feeling. This is kind of what you're feeling. The Six of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and the Nine of Swords here. I don't feel as though this process will be fun. And usually it never is. Like I said, I do see some emotional conflict here as you're starting this new beginning. And with the Chariot and the Tower here, that does make me feel like it's very fast. Very fast when it comes to this shift, this change. You may be leaving somebody behind. With the Seven of Swords, Six of Cups, you may be leaving somebody from the past behind. But there's a truth here. There's a truth. There's a clarity with the Ace of Swords. You're learning something with this Knight of Pentacles and Three of Wands as well. What is this Knight of Pentacles? Magician, you yourself are changing. Emperor, Four of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles. See, what that tells me, we got the Libra energy underneath with Justice. What that tells me as a tarot reader is with the Magician and the Emperor, you're stepping into more of a physical work. Even though, yes, we've got emotional conflict here, you're not letting that emotional conflict stand in the way of you moving forward. In fact, I almost feel like this emotional conflict leads you more towards that healing because you realize it's completely out of balance. Libra energy, completely out of balance. So moving away from this individual, I'll walk away with that Libra energy. I'll put that down. What is this Five of Swords? King of Pentacles. Three of Cups, Temperance, and the Empress. You are moving away from situations, from a person, a connection that may have valued third parties, Three of Cups. With that, the King of Pentacles, Three of Cups makes me feel as though that, first off, you do deserve more than a third-party relationship. Keep that in your brain. Because I notice how we go from the Three of Cups to the Two of Cups. From Three of Cups to Temperance. So you go from 3 cups to 2. As most monogamous relationships would be. And then we have the Divine Feminine here. So this has got that energy of clearing out those connections that are no longer serving us. And yeah, it's not going to feel pretty. It's not going to feel pretty. This Nine of Swords, and this is maybe keeping you up at night. What is this Ace of Swords here for the outcome? Ace of Wands. Okay. Eight of Cups. Knight of Swords and the Six of Swords. There's a new beginning through this mess. Four of Pentacles. But I don't feel as though that wanting to move through this mess. Yeah. Four of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Lovers, Hanged Man, Eight of Swords, Ten of Cups. There is truth. There is real gold among the fool's gold here. But no. So, in an overall encompassing energy, I do feel as though you were on the precipice of something new, but you really have got to listen to yourself. That's what this all is about, is listening to yourself. King of Swords, Nine of Cups, is listening to yourself and really being brutally honest with yourself. These past few weeks, I've had to be brutally honest with myself. And I'm not going to lie. Mine is more of on a personal note than it is with this, but it's still got that same energy to it. It's hard to be honest. Especially with yourself, especially admitting, when you do or do not want something that may be out of the social norm. And with this third party energy here, and no matter what that third party energy is, whether it's another person or it's a job or a connection that they're still connected to, whatever that third party is, if third parties are not in your wheelhouse, they're not in your wheelhouse. And so the universe is like, no, we need to purge this. We need to purge this. Because what they deserve is more than what they're seeing. I don't think you see this until the very end. Until the new things start to come in. Trusting the process is hard. Trusting the process is hard. Being honest with yourself is it's very hard, but it's very liberating. It is. But when you choose not to see some sort of truth, you kind of blind yourself to it. And that's what I feel like the universe and your ancestors are here to do. They're here to kind of unwork that knot that you have kind of tied yourself up in, to help you move forward beyond the situation, beyond whatever this third party connection is. I do not see a reconnection. I do not see a reconnection. I see movement away from this. So when we move away from this, like I said, we end up finding more of what it is that we want. What happens when we move away from this? Two of Pentacles, balance. Nine of Pentacles, self-worth. Two of Swords to Two of Cups. That essentially sets you up for the romantic connections that are going to be coming in. Yeah. Sets you up for those romantic connections that are coming in. It's purging the relationships that aren't serving you so the other relationships can come in. All right, last but not least, the emotional baggage. Five of Wands. Ten of Cups. Yep, this is where it starts to loop back in on itself. Eight of Swords. Hanged Man. Hello. Lovers. And there is the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. It's time to start seeing yourself and the way that you approach connections differently. It's time to see this. I've come to find out, I've been talking for years, about how I don't do relationships very well. And how, you know, they just don't make me feel good. I feel like I'm giving my power away. These past few weeks have made me realize that I'm better off single than it is trying to force connections together or looking for love in the places that I shouldn't be. That was my lesson. And when it comes to this, I feel like this is a similar lesson, but really looking at what it is that you want from another, what you're willing to tolerate, what you're not willing to tolerate, aka third parties. But this is a truth coming in. This is clarity coming in. Honesty. So for this portion of it, we've got quite a few zodiac signs here. This is for everybody, but the zodiac signs that do show up, and we've got quite a few here. Gemini, more Gemini. Gemini, you're really loud. Virgo, Aries, Libra, Taurus, Aquarius, Aries, Sag, more Libra, Taurus, Pisces, Cancer. I believe that's everybody. And the funny thing is I don't see any royal suits here as a pair. I mean, we've got the King of Swords and we've got the King of Pentacles, but I don't see a set, because union is not the focus of this reading. It's about you getting clarity before the union happens. So this is what I have for the aspect of love. I really hope this helped you guys. Whew. All right. Well, that was love. All right, we're moving on to money, finances, and work. Money, finances, and work. And I need to blow out these candles because they're starting to drip. Anyway. Ooh, this one. For money, what you got? Reclaim. All right, give me this one. I feel as though that when it comes to the reclaiming, this could be taken in a variety of different ways, but the way that I'm seeing it when it comes to money, money does make the world go round, but it also gives people a sense of value. It also gives people a sense of value. I'm hearing no nonsense. No nonsense? No nonsense. We're no longer fucking around. Where is this coming from? It's got like one of those, oh, I see a black and white movie. I don't know why mob boss flew through my brain. Anyway, maybe that'll play a point, maybe that won't. We'll see what wants to come through with this. Interesting. Queen of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. Five of Cups, Seven of Cups, Nine of Cups, Emperor, Two of Swords, Hierophant, and the Seven of Swords, Queen of Wands, Lovers, Temperance, and the outcome here is the Three of Pentacles. What in the world? Okay. So, going off of what I said just a few seconds ago, about how money is tied to self-worth. We're going to follow that path because it seems to be where we're headed. The one thing that I want to tell you is the amount of money in your pocket, yes, is a wonderful way to make the world go round. Yes, it does help pay the bills, but it's not the end-all be-all of the universe. I can hear somebody right now. Well, money does make the world go round, and money would help solve all of our problems. And I do agree with you. I do agree with you, but there's something that it cannot authentically give you, and that's emotion. Ace of Cups. There is something here with this Queen of Cups, the Five of Swords, Four of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups, where there's movement away from just the money aspect of it all. With that, some of you could very well be switching jobs. Five of Cups, Seven of Cups to the Nine of Cups. You could be switching jobs, maybe looking at other opportunities. You could also be changing, what it is that you are actually doing. I mean, instead of changing jobs, going from like one fast food chain to another fast food chain, you go from being a fast food person to being somebody who helps out in the animal shelter. Like, you could be changing occupation as well. Moving away from things that are more traditional. Sneaking away from things that are more traditional. Because you're inspired to do so. Because it brings you peace, it brings you balance. So, help me understand the reclaim then. I do understand the reclaim. But help me, Knight of Cups, Ten of Swords, Knight of Swords, Empress. So, as you start to think about what it is that you want to do with your life, yes, money does play a key factor in that. I'm not saying that it doesn't. Please don't think that I'm not saying that it doesn't. But wouldn't you rather spend your time at a job that you enjoy than wasting away years of your life in a job that you find miserable? Now, I know, yes, for the older generation, especially for the older men's side of the generation, they are so used to doing that sort of thing. You hear all the time, especially from the older generation, that they've been doing this job for 56 years. That's what they did when they got out of high school. And yeah, it's not really what they wanted to do with their life, but it pays the bills. It does that sound familiar? Like somebody who's like, yeah, I mean, it's work, but it pays the bills. It's just not something that I enjoy. That's what I hear. And that is being broken apart during this Mercury in retrograde energy, and it will go till the 25th. I didn't even get to that, but it will go to the 25th, so we got about 3 weeks of this. But in this energy, I feel as though you're going to become a lot more clear with reclaiming your power and what it is you want to do with your life. Two of Swords, Four of Swords, healing that. Ace of Wands, becoming more inspired. Judgment, picking new options, and the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. We're being Libra energy underneath. Guys, the eclipse energy led us to this point, and now Mercury in retrograde is really making us hone in on this energy. And that's where your attention needs to go. Again, it's an internal process, but at the same time, I feel like it's going to change what it is that you do with your life. Three of Pentacles over here. What is the outcome? Three of Pentacles. Help me clarify that for me, please. Thank you. We got the King of Cups, the Six of Cups, King of Cups, Six of Cups, Four of Wands, High Priestess. I feel like I'm talking to somebody who knows, maybe not as in depth as what this was, but they're starting to feel the weights starting to shift, the balance starting to happen. They're definitely starting to feel that. King of Cups, Six of Cups, Four of Wands, High Priestess. Yeah. You are moving and will soon be moving based off of your own heart. That's what this feels like. I feel like we're no longer holding on to that dynamic of, I feel like I have to stay in a miserable job because it pays the bills. This is somebody who is definitely thinking about changing occupation and reclaiming their time and their energy for something that is more important to them when it comes to their emotional well-being. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we wouldn't have doctors or veterinarians or police officers or all of those millions and millions and millions and millions of other jobs if people didn't step up to them. If people didn't think, hey, I've got an idea, let's try it this way. So follow your heart, because that's what's guiding you. Follow your heart, lean more into that emotional connection, and I don't think you can go wrong. I really don't think you can go wrong. But again, this has got the energy just like the love, where it's going to come in and blow things up before anything else. So, zodiac signs that I see when it comes to the money/job area of all of this. We do have Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius. We've got Libra, Taurus, Aries, Sag, Scorpio, and Taurus. Those are what I see. So you could be one of those signs, maybe dealing with one of those signs, whatever that may be. But take this for what this is. But you are reclaiming your time. You're reclaiming your time. You're reclaiming your ambitions. And that is wonderful. Everyone deserves to do something that makes them happy. I mean, hell, look at me. I'm a tarot reader. I've gone through that before. I have been there, been like, nobody wants to listen. You were your worst critic. You were your worst critic. Remember that. But anyway, now that we've got love and money out of the way, we're going to look at what's personally going on with the rest of all of us. I know that, again, it does feel like we're being sucked through a wormhole, and I was just about to say that, so thank you very much for bringing it up. Compassion. During this time, things are going to be blowing up, things are going to be falling apart, shifts are definitely happening, and we're in the thick of it. We're at the very beginning of the thick of it, but we're in the thick of it. And the more we move forward through this Mercury in retrograde, the more that, the clarity starts to come in. And then I believe it's the 28th. So 3 days after we get out of Mercury in retrograde, we have the solar eclipse. And that's in Aries. So essentially what this is it's coming in, destroying everything so we can clean it up. And then once it's all clean and ready to go, and you're standing there like, yep, this is all clean and ready to go, Aries comes in, gives us a swift kick on our ass, and then off we go again. So this work is necessary and it is required, but in the middle of it, have compassion. try to bring love into the situation. I know that these tense energies are just that. They are tense. They make emotions run high, anger run high, frustration run high. But it makes me think of the new movie Elemental. There's a part in that when they're in the hot air balloon, and he says, you know, when I get angry, I feel like that's just my body trying to tell me something that I'm not ready to hear. Let's say that again. When people get angry or frustrated, sometimes it's because it's something that they don't want to hear. Even though it could very well be accurate. It could very well be right. You're just not ready to hear it. So it can be used for you, for other people. Miscommunication is at an all-time high right now. So have compassion. Have compassion. Let's see where we're going for the personal look. What you got, what you got, what you got. Page of Swords underneath. We've got the Nine of Cups. That Nine of Cups has been through every reading. Four of Swords, I believe, has been too, and the Sun. Absolutely. Three of Cups to the Page of Wands. Crossed by the High Priestess. Grounding you is the Seven of Pentacles. Guiding you is the Empress. Energy you're moving out of is the Six of Wands. Energy you're moving into is the Two of Cups. Devil energy, Page of Cups. Four of Pentacles are your emotion cards, and the outcome right now is the Six of Cups. So like I said, this energy during the Mercury in retrograde is designed to do this. It's to bring you in from the cold when you start to do the work, because it's got things that we're moving, absolutely. Things that we're moving towards. Five of Pentacles, the World, which is endings and new beginnings. So the Five of Pentacles coming in from the cold before those endings and new beginnings. But when those happen, we move forward rather quickly with the Ten of Wands and the Aries energy to where we're headed. Four of Wands. But this energy, like I said, is like, it's like a toddler. It's like a little kid, you know, and parents, you know, especially moms, you know how you've got the little kid who is a terror all day long, messes everywhere, drawings on the wall, they've got food over here, there's some sort of purple color in the carpet that you don't know how it got there. It's got the energy of a child destroying everything, but then at the very end of the day comes up, gives you a hug and says, I love you. And all of that stress from the day evaporates. It evaporates. And in that moment, you wrap yourself around your child or your loved one and you're like, I love you too. And it levels out that energy. That's what this feels like. It feels like, yes, things are a mess. Things are absolutely a mess. And yeah, there's some fear here about how things are going to unfold, especially with these messages that are coming in that we may not be hearing. But at the end of the day, when everything is all said and done, I want you to know that the scales do balance out. They do balance out. Six of Pentacles. They do balance out. There's a much better give and take. We've got you moving into the Two of Cups. With the energy you're moving out of is the Six of Wands. I have no doubt that the people here watching this channel are going to figure this out. And everyone is different. Everyone is different. I try to cover the subgroups of it, of course, but everyone is different. And it's my job here to help you navigate this energy while I myself navigate the energies. Sometimes I do it really well and sometimes not so much. I'm not going to lie, this Mercury in retrograde definitely grabbed me by my feet this morning. Definitely grabbed me by my feet this morning. And the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, you know, I don't think I did a Mercury in retrograde reading. So I actually appeared here today. That's why you guys are seeing this today. But the more that I've leaned into this energy, the more that I've tried to understand the changes and brought compassion in for other people, because my frustration did stem from other people today. I had to get it out of me. I got it out of me. Did I lash out at another person? No. I vented to my friends, but I did not lash out at that individual in question because it wasn't going to do anything. And so it can be as subtle as that. Instead of going towards the problem, like I'm going to get this head on and we're going to have miscommunication and we're going to fight, maybe take a step back. Take a step back and ask the people around you. Be like, yo, like, am I overreacting with this? Like, what's going on? The more that you bring compassion in and the more that you've got different viewpoints to look from emotionally, the more of an understanding you will have for the other person, for these situations that you are currently dealing with, because we're all going through the same thing and there's not really much we can do about it right now. There's no physical work that needs to be done. We're all just kind of being put in the same boat and strung along for the ride. So your boat companions may not be the boat companions that you want, but we're all going to the same place. And it's just easier. Yeah, I like that example, except I'm going to switch it. So essentially you're on a road trip, right? The universe has put everybody in vehicles. Everybody's in a vehicle, okay? And the universe didn't care who went with who. Some people who hated each other ended up in the same car, right? Right. Okay, so that's what happened. Mercury in retrograde put people who hate each other or have different viewpoints and things in the same vehicle, right? Now, you've got two options. You can either argue for the entire time you guys are in this vehicle, or you can try and find some common ground and some compassion for everybody in the vehicle. And I'm not saying it's going to work all the time, but it is something to try. Because me, I wouldn't want to argue the whole time, because then it would just make me pissed off and it'd make me more frustrated, and then of course the universe will backhand me because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. See where I'm getting here? Bring love and compassion into this, because we're all dealing with the same energies, just in different aspects of our lives. So try not to bite people's heads off during this time. I do want you to continue doing what it is that you're doing, but be gentle with yourselves and with others, please. King of Wands, Nine of Wands, Six of Swords, and there's that justice energy again. But it's going to be okay. But there is some healing, not even healing, some tenderness that needs compassion. Okay? Okay. Zodiac signs that I see for this portion. We've got Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius, Libra, Taurus, Sag, Capricorn, Leo, and Libra. That is what I see with this portion of things. All right. And then last, but certainly not least, we're going to take a look and just see what wants to come through. This is for the people watching, the people who, you know, didn't resonate with the other three. We'll see. We'll see what wants to come through. We will see. All right. And then last but not least, yeah, this one. What you got? Higher perspective. Isn't that what all of this is about? Everything that I've touched base with today is about viewing things from a higher perspective. And when I say higher perspective, it doesn't necessarily mean that, first off, you need to agree with the higher perspective. It's just a matter of acknowledging that other people view things from a different point of view than you do. You don't have to understand. You don't have to understand a higher perspective. It's easier if you understand the higher perspective, yes. But it's not necessarily the case. In fact, sometimes the higher perspective can cause more confusion. So we'll see. We will see. You know, I'll use these. I haven't used these in a hot minute. This is the Illuminated Tarot by Kaplin Keegan. This was the set I took with me to the U.S. Virgin Islands all those years ago. I've had a few sets travel with me. But anyway, let's see where we're going. Let's see what else wants to come through with this higher perspective. Higher perspective, please. Underneath, we've got, of course we do, that is the Hierophant. We've got the Four of Wands, we got the Three of Cups, and we've got the Two of Wands. King of Wands, Hermit, Lovers. Page of Swords, Three of Wands. Energy you're moving out of is the World card. Energy you're moving into is the Ace of Swords. There's the Tower energy, the Capricorn energy, and the Fool, and the outcome is the Seven of Cups. Absolutely. So, as an overall encompassing of everything that I've told you, the higher perspectives, like I said, are there to give us an understanding. And sometimes it's a hit or miss, depending on which vibration you vibrate on, because people on the lower vibration, you know, when they get to the higher vibration, they're like, yeah, I see it, but it's not really for me. That's okay. But it's the fact that you've seen that higher perspective. I do feel as though that more people are starting to learn more about themselves. People are definitely starting to learn more about themselves. And there is a lot of miscommunication right now. There's a lot of misunderstandings going on right now. There's a lot of nonsense going on. And as I said, it's easier to get along with people or try to find common ground than it is to constantly argue with them as we're moving along this journey. And with the King of Wands, the Virgo energy of the Hermit, and the Lovers here, I do feel as though that you're going to be taking all of this into consideration. The best thing that I can give you, if you take away anything from this reading, is wait 10 seconds before you take the leap. And I know. What do you mean wait 10 seconds? Wait 10 seconds. So if somebody comes at you sideways, wait. Wait a few seconds. Is this really how you want to respond? Or are they dealing with other things that they're just lashing it out at you? Now, don't get me wrong, they shouldn't be taking it out on you. But the fact that you understand that everybody is going through these similar types of situations, you can be like, oh, this really isn't me. They're just dealing with other things. So, don't get caught up in the nonsense of other people. Don't do it. Don't get caught up in the nonsense of other people because, like I said, their nonsense is similar to our nonsense. Like, we're all going through the same energy. People are just handling it differently. But I see it working. I see the clarity here. Endings and new beginnings. The World with the Ace of Swords. I do see some fear, some hesitation. But I do see you moving forward with this Three of Wands. You're like, okay, I can't go back. I have to move forward. And with the Aries energy at the very tail end of this, you are correct. You won't be able to go back because Aries is the ram. It's the Tower energy. It's coming in and let's go. You won't be able to go back. So really think about the other perspectives as you are starting to move through this, because I feel like there's some truth there. There is definitely some truth there. Along with some wisdom and some knowledge that's going to help you move through this energy. Because the outcome is the Seven of Cups. It could be some confusion on a lower vibration. For some of you, you may end up in a confused time, but that Seven of Cups makes me feel Eight of Pentacles. If you do the work, Seven of Wands, Scorpio energy of death with the Eight of Wands, you'll be fine. You will be fine. But you really have to take all of these different counterparts into consideration right now. It's the only way that you're going to get through this, while also being honest with yourself. So put all of this together, and now you know what to do. I know. It's a lot of side work, as what I call it. You got to be here, and you got to be here, and you got to be here, while also doing the shit that you need to take care of. I know. It sucks. But it's going to be okay. It's only for 3 weeks. I know. Seems like a long time. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Zodiac signs that I see for this round of things before I let you wonderful people go. We have got Scorpio, Gemini, Capricorn, Aries, Gemini, Virgo, Libra, Taurus, and Leo. Those are who I see. So, this is what I have for all of you. Looking at an overall perspective from this. Come here, you. We have ancestors, reclaim, compassion, and higher perspective, which is exactly what I feel. We are tapping into the past to learn more about it. That way we can move forward into a better future. We're taking that, applying it to the present, and moving forward. We're reclaiming our time, our energy from places that it shouldn't have been. We need to have compassion for ourselves and for other people and really try to understand that higher perspective. These are the takeaways. So this is what I have for you guys. I really, really hope this helped. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you all again later. Bye, guys.